Howard Schultz, the ultimate business leader. Born and brought up in New York, Howard Schultz moved to Seattle to work as the head of marketing for a small company called Starbucks, from where he learned all about coffee. He discovered his true passion during a business trip to Italy when he visited the small espresso bars. He realized the true power of drinking a small cup of coffee, which allowed people to connect and create community among them. And from that moment, he was committed to bringing world class coffee to the US. He left Starbucks and started his own coffee company, Il Giornale. And in 1987, with the help of few investors, both the companies were merged and the name Starbucks Coffee Company was kept. He believes as a business leader, his goal was not just about winning or making money, but also about building a special, enduring company, which meant trying to gain a balance between profit and social conscience.
Harvard leadership theory. That was the transformational leader inspired their team and encouraged members to develop an individual and be a part of a collective team to work towards achievements and their objectives. Howard always ensured that there should be a trust, respect, honesty, and commitment in the companies that he was running. And if we talk about the example of ultimate leaders, then the Starbucks name one of the world's most ethical companies. And while Howard's is honored as one of the world's greatest leaders, that earns a top 10 rank in the every survey of executives. Every year, the career website Glassdoor lists its highest rated CEO based on the company's reviews that was submitted by the employees. And if we talk about the Howard's number 8 on the 2014 list with a 93 percentage approval rating from the partners, then Howard's moved up from 19th on the employee rated survey from 2013 when he had a 92 percentage approval rating.
Howard Schultz leadership tactics. So in this slide, we're going to talk about the Howard Schultz leadership. Howard Schultz is known all around the world because of his leadership qualities. During Starbucks stock market crisis in 2007, when the stock fell 42% and the whole restaurant and food industry was facing recession, Howard changed business strategy by ditching the sandwich business, which was causing a very harmful smell in the cafe, and focused on making it a more coffee business by just having coffee aroma in the cafes and doing more coffee business. He encouraged employee interactions and improved productivity in the company by meeting 12,000 Starbucks staff in 2008. Quality was improved and baristas not remembering client names issue was solved by writing on cups. There was a huge issue of baristas not remembering the client's name and coffees being switched. Uh, so that issue was solved. Servant leadership style. Howard Schultz followed a servant leadership style during his tenure as efficiently to empower peers, stakeholders, employees, and customers. The practice resulted in positive culture that continues to thrive and drive Starbucks' success internationally. Howard rose through the ranks. When he started in the Starbucks company, there were only 4 locations, and now there are 20,000 locations, and it's global today. He referred to employees as partners. He gave them free medical insurance and education plans for their kids or themselves. He took feedback from customers, improved and introduced new products, and did many digital changes like mobile order and pay feature, Starbucks rewards loyalty program. Many beverages that were introduced were made by Howard Schultz, and there are many other products that he introduced in the company. Thank you.
Here we are going to talk about Howard Schultz's action plan. Time management. Work can seem never ending for a business leader. So, Howard established an organizational structure to manage time and prioritize tasks to stay organized. He planned a variety of events for each day while leaving time for spontaneous meetings. Be humble. Leaders who exhibit humility are often better at building relationships. Howard was aware of his skills and flaws and never let his ego get in the way of building positive relationships. Accept change. Change is inevitable and can be highly challenging for both management and employees. Howard always welcomed change. Make downtime a priority. Recharging increases happiness and productivity. Even though developing into a successful young leader needed a lot of work beyond typical 9 to 5 job, he also made time for rest and relaxation. The ultimate leader. Leadership with a vision. Howard Schultz is frequently credited for revolutionizing the coffee business by building Starbucks from a modest chain of coffee shops into a major global brand. His idea of developing a third place where people might gather and drink coffee has had a significant influence on the sector. Innovation. The creation of Starbucks Reserve Roastery locations, the expansion of businesses' digital and mobile capabilities, and the purchase of additional brands like Tivana and La Boulange are just a few examples of Scholl's inventive introduction of new products and concepts to Starbucks. Ethical business practices. Schultz has received a prize for his dedication to moral and ethical business conduct. He has expressed opinions on matters such as helping veterans, advancing sustainability, and giving Starbucks employees access to healthcare. Resilience. During difficult periods in the history of the company, such as the early 2000s economic slowdown and the Great Recession, Schultz came back to manage Starbucks. He assisted the business in navigating these challenges.
Howard Schultz introduced and accomplished his visions for Starbucks, some of which can be seen in these charts. These charts show how many new stores opened and the employees base increase. We can clearly see how Howard Schultz's initial CEO role and the same role during his second period gave Starbucks the major growth. Without him being actively involved in their operations, their growth was staggering and failing, as were their stocks.